What screams I'm depressed? I have repetitive suicidal thoughts / ideation due to a hot dog with not ketchup or mustard. Bear dog. Carrying on living a completely normal life and being upbeat and optimistic, but having nothing to live for on the inside. You don't always see any outward signs of someone's internal state. Being saved by your own lethargy when you realize the suicide plan you've been hatching while crying in bed for the last couple of hours would require you to get up, change out of your pajamas, or, more realistically, put on a jacket and shoes, and leave the apartment, because the only thing worse than the all-engulfing pain and self-disgust is getting out of bed and going outside. And thank goodness, because I'm doing a lot better now, but sheesh. Walking through hallways with your head down trying to avoid eye contact at all costs because of your social anxiety. I like to think I'm a fairly funny and jokey guy in general. When I'm feeling real down though, most of my jokes become self-deprecating ones. It's not healthy at all as it reinforces my thoughts, and people usually do laugh at self-deprecating jokes. The noose I keep on a hanger next to my jacket. Feeling like you're going on autopilot for a majority of the day and feeling like you're just part of the audience in your life, not the main actor. AKA feeling like you're watching yourself do everything and you have no control over it, getting irritated easily and constantly wanting to be with people, but when you are with people you're fed up in seconds and want to be alone. Being overweight and eating bad food because you are sad and lonely instead of getting out and exercising. I know this from personal experience. But I'm on meds now, so I am trying to get myself back in the game. Empty smiles usually keep to themselves a lot. They'll also not really feel emotion. They also lose interest in things they used to enjoy. In my bad episodes my hair turns into a giant dread cause I can't be bothered to shower, and showers are the only time I comb my hair, cause curly. Gradually lowering your standard of living, i.e. getting used to taking less care of yourself than is healthy for you or socially acceptable, like taking one shower a week, or laundry once every 2 months. Food rotting in your bedroom. Though you know it's not right, there's no urgency to do it the right way. People screaming I'm do okay. Listen, I've made this joke 6 times now. Frequent personality changes. Insomnia, not being able to sleep and having no energy throughout the day. Even on the rare occasion you can sleep a decent amount, it feels just the same as a mere few hours of rest. Feeling numb / emotionless. Not really experiencing any emotions, completely apathetic to everyone and everything around you. Anger and irritability seem to be your only emotional traits. Personally, I have to fake the majority of my social gestures / reactions when talking to people because they simply aren't genuine. Dwelling on minor mistakes and almost obsessing over what you could have done better or what could have happened. Thinking of yourself as a failure and a loser regardless of what the people around you tell you. Getting high not necessarily for the experience, but just to escape sobriety. Normal life is horrendous enough where you feel as though a pill or whatever you can get is the only way to keep on going. When you start reading through this thread and think, I can't read this right now. Me. If anyone in this thread wants to talk, my PMs are open. I went through a lot of this for a while. By no means is it something you can just get over, but it's certainly nice to talk about. Let's trade stories, or I can just talk, or whatever you like. Smile. 200k karma. Feeling disconnected from everything. You feel like you're very far, nothing you do matters. Like a piece of dust in a space. I remember this old Japanese psych research that concluded, rather whimsically, that there are 3 faces we put on for different audiences. The first is the face you show to much of the world. The second face is the one you show to friends and family. The third face is the one you show to no one else besides yourself, the truest reflection of who you are. I have faked smiling on my first face so much that I've gotten genuinely convincing. But I do have a rather conspicuous sign that shows the truer situation. When I turn around from whatever situation I'm fake smiling from, The smile instantly dies, as if it were ever alive. One of my co-workers became a close friend and caught the smile decay, or happy death as we called it, when I was done having a conversation with some other good co-workers. She was genuinely distraught when she saw it the first time, but she's a little naive, so I don't think she knows how far it goes. I try not to say anything so I don't worry her. She's dealt with one other person with depression and he committed suicide last year and it really hurt her. So I don't want to make her feel that way. But that first face hurts to put on. It hurts more to take it off and reveal that second face. That third face, though, is the true horror. Living with functional depression makes the depression I have look so different than what is traditionally thought of as depressed person behavior. I find myself putting everyone first. I put my needs on the back burner. I have kids, so there's just no time in the day to worry about myself. Bad health changes signify altered mood typically. People don't expect me to tell them I am depressed and are typically pretty shocked because I have to make myself function even though I feel like I'm internally screaming non-stop. This post made me realize that I'm depressed. Persevering face. Typically I start to feel like someone is depressed when they start to view themselves as a burden or obligation. The moment it comes into play I know something's up. 150. On social media. When the posts go from pics with friends, to word art and quotes. The way someone talks to other people, how positive they are and if they focus on negative things. This is especially true in their comments online. For me, the first sign is often a loss of appetite to the point where I just don't even eat dinner. When it really hits, I come home from work, collapse on the bed, and then am unable to get up again. Is feeling generally disinterested but not sad sound like depression? When you stop cleaning yourself and your belongings, nothing matters. You guys are making me worried that I'm actually depressed. Coming up with every excuse you could think of, when literally anyone texts you or calls you to hang out. Maybe not even answering and then making up an excuse as to why you couldn't pick up the phone. I do this a lot, and I find it sad that I always believe said situations will end up wrong somehow, so I never try and put myself in them. Now I sit at home and play video games, to try and forget about my problems and the people who I've disappointed. Feeling slow. Doing everything slowly. Getting ready takes more effort and motivation. You take forever to finish chores, if you do them. You just don't want to do anything, so if you absolutely have to, it takes you longer. Using Reddit TBH. When you stop taking care of yourself and yell at children on Fortnite. Watching a car crash right in front of you and having complete apathy towards it. Life on autopilot. You may still do the things you love but nothing ever feels satisfying/fulfilling. They're just moments that happen. Every day you feel empty and hoping to just get through the day so you can turn to drinking or smoking or whatever your go-to so you can go to bed and start again. An endless cycle of waiting for the end. Sorry for the dark post lol. I haven't. My roommate. On a weekly basis in the spring and fall. Not even joking. Watching old nostalgic things on YouTube. Simple one that not enough people have said, slit wrists. Your bed being a constant source of refuge, but never being able to sleep. Also you doing okay? These kinds of threads always concern me. Listening to Morrissey. I'm just tired. Crab, 99 runecrafting, crab. I have to force myself to play video games. Or I don't really want to but I do anyway. A lack of feelings in either direction. For the longest time I thought that not being actively unhappy, but rather just kinda, level, and muted emotionally, was what normal was. I wasn't sad, but I wasn't really anything else, either. I just was. Getting high alone and then risking your life to drive and go hook up with some rando girl from Tinder who there's nothing wrong with, that you would otherwise jump at the chance to date, but who just doesn't make you feel anything and who you'll never talk to again and regret sleeping with in the morning because you're still hung up on your ex who didn't even treat you that well at all in the first place because you are a broken person and it feels like the only way to continue is to break more and more each day until you look in the mirror and legitimately don't recognize yourself and just want to wake up from the nightmare that your life has become.